Hello PIM people and welcome. I'm Rasmus, and in today's session we want to look at how to build a product model. So we have already created some attributes, find some of the other videos that explains that, and now we want to create a data model in the system. So before I jump into that one, I want to show in the demo environment here some of the products that is already in here, because this will give you an idea of how it's built up. So when you build that data model, you're also kind of building a visual representation of what it should look like in the system, what you're looking at here right now. So this is a tab up here with the general information, and then you have a section with basic information. You can collapse and expand that one, and then you have delivery information. Again, you can go in there. And these fields that you see here, like like this one is different attributes. And as you can see here, there are a ton of different ways to create these attributes, as also shown in some of the other videos. Small, big fields, all different kinds of attributes you could create in here. So you please have that picture in mind when we are creating that data model right now, because then you will see why it makes sense to make these tabs and these sections and then attach the attributes to it. Also note this name up here, because we need to define how that name should be built in the system when we're creating the data model. This is a gotcha that the people tend to forget and therefore cannot save the data model. Anyway, let's jump into it. The data model you can create down here called a product structure. So you can see there's always some demo structures in here. There's no right way to do it, and this is where a lot of customers have questions in the beginning. Should I create just one data type for my product and then have different attributes based on what catalog or category they're in, or should I make a specific data model for each individual product I have? There are tons of different ways to look at it and no correct way to do it. So just go through what the pros and cons are of creating it one way or the other, and then go and create it yourself. You will never end up in a situation where you can go back and do it in a different way or have a different strategy on how to do it. So don't be afraid of just starting out and create it. So we will go in and create a new demo product model. Yeah, you can do it by clicking these dots, or you can click here and create a new product structure. So we will call it demo product. That'll also be the label. So does it have variants? So I bet if you're seeing this video, you're familiar with product and variant structure. This is what pretty much all product structures is built on top of on a web page and stuff like that. So a product is the main product, and then you can have different variants depending. If it's closed, for example, you can have different sizes on your product. So large, small, medium. And this is the only thing that varies in the variant. So all the rest of the properties is the same for the product. So you only have to enrich these information on the product, and then all the different variants will inherit all these information. This is a pretty nice feature and is used in many cases. And the variants, you define what that feature that differs them is. So it could be color, it could be size, or whatever you have that difference your variance, liquid size, or whatever it is. For the demo purpose here, I will not enable that one, just keep a straight product, that's it. And then you go into the data model, and this is what I referred to earlier. This is where you build your tabs and add in your attributes. So you start building that one. So we'll create our first tab in here. This will be a dynamic tab, what it's called. And we'll just call it general, like this. Save that one. And then I want to add a section in here. You need to have a section before you can start adding the attributes to it. So I'll just have a section called, that will be a dynamic section. And the headline would be what we call basic information. You could add a nice description to it. I'll just add something so you can see where it's at, and then you can decide if that should be default, collapsed, or expand when you enter the system. Okay, you will have it here, and now you can start adding these attributes we created earlier. So I will put in a attribute, and I want to put in the SKU number first, and then this needs to be mandatory. I don't want to have any product without a product number. Okay, save that one. I'll add a new one, attribute. That will be the product name. That will also have to be mandatory. I need every product to have at least whatever name in here, so they're not empty. You have these other fields about, of course, read only, make self-explained, but this unchangeable means that you could set this value once and then you cannot change it afterwards. That is needed in some situation. And you can add a default value. That could be a default weight of a product or whatever, so it always goes in with a certain weight when a new product is created. Your imagination again is the boundary here. Okay. Yeah, and then the last one would be, demo. That would be the product description. That doesn't have to be mandatory. We can add that later on. Nice description in there. Okay, these are all the attributes I created in the earlier video, and you can, if you click this one, you can arrange them if you want to have it in a different way in here, right? Save that one. Of course, you can delete them, move them around, create new sections, so how you structure it in here. But this is the basic way to do it. And then the gotcha I told you about is the display settings here. So that name you saw on top, how the product is presented in the system, is this display setting. So what should it look like? And it have an asterisk, so you need to fill that out. You cannot fill this out before you have added attributes, as we did up here, to the data model. But now that we have this, I can decide that my display name should be, I want it to be a SKU number and a product name. So these are the fields I want to use. And then down here, I select the pattern I want it to be shown in. And there are some description here. You can see how you should use it. So at point or location 0 at the beginning, I want the SKU number to be, this is number 1 from the list, or number 0 from the list, sorry, up here. And then I want it to be separated by a line, and then I want the product name to be shown. So this is the pattern I want it to build up. You can always go in and change this one, but this will be recognizable for, I bet, the user who is working in the system. And now we should be able to create that, and it's saved, it's here. Okay, now that we have the data model, I want to add it in, or try to add a demo product with this information. So I have a catalog here and a category demo. I want to create a new product that'll be based on the demo product we just created. And then the mandatory fields show up here. So you will just add in the number, the name of it, product name 1, create that product, and then you have it in your system. And you have that text, rich text field that you saw here, where you can start adding and using these rich text information, text about it. So pretty basic. This is how you create it. And you saw that the name we were creating, sorry, that'll be like this. That was the display name, the SKU number, dash, and then the product name. So basically, this is how you create a product structure in Struct PIM. I hope you find this information useful. If you have questions, or if you want a demo of Struct PIM, reach out to me or one of the other Struct PIM partners out there. We would love to show more about it. I hope you will throw a like or subscribe at this one. If not, no biggie at all. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.